Today I'll be replacing struts on a 2010 Ford Fusion. This is the 2.5 liter. And here's your strut right here. This is my old strut. And I'll be replacing it with this brand, Moog. And this is the part number. It doesn't matter which side it goes on. They're both the same. So you can go put this on a driver or passenger, or this one driver or passenger. I already did my driver's side. And I'm going to show you how to do the passenger side. It's the same procedure. We're going to start removing this part right here, this one, and there's a bolt right here. It's 15 millimeters, and I'm going to be using air tools. So you get that out, and this is how you took it out. This is how you're going to put it in. And there was this part right here, just like a nut. And now this thing is free. Now we're going to be removing this nut right here. And that's a 14 millimeter. And remember how this one went. It went like this. Now we can turn this bracket so we can get to this nut right here. It'll be easier. So you do have to remove your link, just the top side. But if you're replacing your struts, might as well replace the links too. So order your links too if you haven't changed them yet. I already changed mine, so it's gonna come off easily. Okay, this is off. And this bracket, we can slide it off now. Since we removed everything, this bracket is we can jiggle it down and it slides out from the strut. So the strut's almost free. Oh, and also remove this one right here. This is for your brake cable. Remove this bolt. It's 10 millimeters. Okay, now you gotta open your hood, and we're gonna remove these. And it's a 14 millimeter. Now the last one, you might have to hold the strut with one hand and remove it, so the strut won't fall, because the strut's almost free. So you can see, I got the last one out, and everything already moves. And the reason we removed this bolt right here, because we're going to be sliding the strut out on that side. So we're going to be sliding it here by moving this out, and it should slide out from this side. And I have to do that with two hands. And here's your strut. This is your old one, and you can compare it to your new one, and it looks exactly the same. Alright, we're about to start installing our new strut into its position. And we can start by removing these nuts, these three of them. And we'll be fishing the strut through here. The new strut will go through here. Fish it through and put it in there. And line up those three, you see those three where the nuts go? Line this up with this and put the nuts on top. So I fish this through. I'm holding it with one hand, and then you see the top right here? I'm gonna go put the nuts on here so it can hold it for me. Okay, now I'll grab my ratchet. It's 14, and I'm gonna hand tighten them all. And I don't know the torque spec, I'm just gonna do it snug. Sorry, it's not a 14, it's a 13. So it's a 13 socket. Once these are all snug, we could go on the bottom again, and we're gonna be putting this one back, the 10 millimeter bolt. We're putting it back in here. Okay, next you see this rust right here on the bolt and rust on the other one? I'm gonna try cleaning them by using a drill with the metal brush. Alright, so I got this cleaned. I got the rust cleaned with the drill. You don't have to do this, but I just like to do it. So now we're going to be installing, let me see, this bracket right here. This is that U bracket, whatever, and you put it back on your new strut, and you can see your new strut has this little dimple right here. If it's like on the side, you can turn the strut and center it so it can be in front of you. So then you grab this and you can slide it on, and you can see it's on now. And then we're gonna grab this part, and we can slide it in through the bottom right here. All right, you can see I slid that on through the lower control arm, and it slid through. And now we can grab this and we can thread this on. We can grab a socket and a wrench and put it on here, and we can start spinning it, and this thing and the nut in the back will start to get tight. All right, so you can see I tightened the bottom part. I put a ratchet on it, and I was able to tighten it by hand. And you make sure you make it snug. Okay, next we can put our link back in. So you put your link back in, you line it up with this bracket and the hole, and you can put your nut back on. Okay, next we can tighten this pinch bolt right here. Here's that pinch bolt that's going to pinch the strut, so we can hand tighten it. And then I like to grab a jack and put it underneath and jack it up a little bit. I know it's almost flush with this part. It's almost flush, but I kind of want it to be more secured. You can see right here, this part right here, see how it's touching the top right here? And I put the jack underneath on the lower ball joint, and I jacked it up, and it's touching good. So now I can tighten this bolt right here. Same thing, I don't know the torque spec, but I just tightened it until it was kind of hard to spin, so it's pretty snug. And now you can lower the jack. Alright, and you're actually done. That's it. You install the strut, and then just put your wheel back on, torque it down. The torque specs for this is 100 foot-pounds, and you're done. And this is it.